Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at Jen's Arty Inclinations, a place to create, share and play. Hello everyone. Ephemerembra is hosted by Louise Heinzel and also by Barbara over at 49 Dragonflies. And today's prompt is tuck spot and cheese. So look, I have these two pictures that I've done. They're backed onto card and also, a little bit of, stiff watercolour paper. So I'm just leaving them to laminate so that they stiffen up, and now I'm working on my page background. Now it's kind of funny because what I started out with, these are just, acrylic paints that I'm popping on the background here. I mainly wanted some blue to get some dark contrast colours with the colours that were in my tuck piece and my elephant picture. But yeah, lots of sort of funny things today. What I'm working on as my tuck spot ends up not being my tuck spot, ends up being a pocket. And luckily, right at the end, I end up with a completely accidental tuck spot. And I love that. I think that's what Ephemerembra is all about. It's about, playing a bit, working out what happens. Some days, all you might do is make a really basic pocket to put something in. And other days, you might go all out like I did here and end up with something completely different. Now, where's the cheese? I hear you all say. Those of you in Australia who are of a certain age will remember those ads. But, okay, remember when you were a kid and some people used to tell you that the moon was made of cheese, or they used to say some people believe the moon's made of cheese? All right, so moon, cheese, got the reference? That's how I'm doing it today. So my gel print, which you saw just then, which was the tuck spot, this one, that has actually got a bit of a moon shape on it, and the elephant's also behind a moon. So that's my reference to cheese. And, the moon gel print was supposed to be the tuck spot, but didn't end up being the tuck spot. Look, now, as you can see, I've just rolled some paint on the background. I'm just using my little spatula thing here to just do some more little different textured pieces around the page and, making a right old mess, which I think is fun. And I love these, and often, I'll go into them and doodle on them and things like that, which, is lots and lots of fun. I then decided it needed a bit of spray on it as well. So this spray, it comes up as like a glitter. It's got a red tinge to it, but once it dries, it comes up with the glitter. And then I'm just adding a bit more darkness with a brown. It's just walnut stain. It's my spray bottle, and I'm just sort of drawing, unscrewing the spray bit and drawing with the end of the little pipe that sucks it all up. New drawing implement, just created on the fly, because obviously I was too lazy to grab something else. No, I often do that. If I want to do just splatters as well. So dried it all off, and that was my background done. Now, next, I'm just tearing off around the edge. This particular picture, it's a lino print that I did ages ago. So I drew the elephant and the little moon, just a really simple idea that was in my head because I love elephants. I've rounded the corners. I've put it on some other papers to thicken it up. I'm just stapling a little label and piece of fabric on the top, which is, sort of within those colours. And the idea is it's supposed to tuck, and I wanted to do a giant tuck spot with this. So see how I've got some buildings in the front of this gel print sort of in the background. It's very abstract, tree coming in, that's the moon. And then I've also got the moon that goes behind the elephant. So that's where the moon comes in. Anyway, I decided that I needed to pull the other page in a bit more, and thank goodness I did this. But I did all these random pieces. I thought they'd be great sticking out, and then as I was doing them, I had a few bits of fabric around my desk and cheesecloth. So that's another way to bring in the cheesecloth, which is dyed. So there's some cheesecloth, and I decided that I'd put them around within these pieces that are coming out. And I love the texture. Honestly, even though this video is really short, I just sat down for about 2 or 3 hours and just played with paint, played with paper. I wasn't really overthinking this, and it was one of those rare times before Christmas where I actually had a little bit of time. And, you know, what a treat, like what a luxury. So, you know, I should have been doing 1,000 things, but I did that instead. Then I wanted to pick up my tuck spot. So this is just a gold acrylic paint. It actually has quite a lot of shine on it. So I did around the edges, I just tore it slightly larger than my gel print, and it gave it a nice little border. So yeah, I love how that just sits off. Next, I had these flowers and I had them in beige, and then I thought, no, they look really nice on the white. But I'd torn circles out of some book page. I put some book page into it. And I just thought they were sort of a nice bit of randomisation around it. And I inked around the edges of the circles as well. And I just used, arc glitter glue to stick them down. Now at this point, I'm still thinking that giant tuck spot is going to work. And as I said, it doesn't. And the reason it doesn't is because it's too heavy for the page. So here I go, still determined, gluing all the way up one side. And I'm like, that's officially a tuck spot. So I used a brick to make sure it glued down really nicely. And all of these flowers, when I glued them onto the newspaper, I also put a brick on top of them, or just weights around my desk on top of those, to make sure that the flowers stuck to the book pages. And then I used the brick on top once I stuck them to the page, and it just helps them set. If you put it under weight, it really helps your work set. So here I go. Yeah, it's a tuck spot. It's a tuck spot. That works. Oh, it's not really grabbing it. It's not really working as a tuck spot. And then when I turned the pages, it was just too heavy. The card itself was just too heavy for the tuck spot. So there you go, just doing a little label with a couple of other pieces behind it. But see, it's just too heavy. It's not working. Jen, stop it. It's not going to do it, no matter what you do. So I went, all right, it's got to be a pocket. And then that way the page can turn with it and it's not a problem. So that was much better. But then I realised that I could use the edge of one of these little flowers, because I didn't glue them right up to the edge, as a tuck spot. So I quickly grabbed, a little journal card that I did, not too long back actually. I did it on a video, and I tucked that in. So I still am able to use my lino print in it, and I've got this little extra tuck. And actually, I think that works better. I think that finishes the page. So there you are. One accidental tuck spot, all done, as my youngest says. And I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.